Today's the start of a cool kind of random little project I'm gonna do where basically I'm just gonna try to grow a Fatalii pepper plant to the biggest size I can. And you're looking at the key component of my plan is just a giant pot, basically, because pepper plants will basically grow to fill their containers. And I got this at Target in the seasonal section. It's technically a drink tub, I guess, and it's about 20 inches in diameter and 18 inches tall, which on the bottom it says that makes it about 18 gallons. And all I've done so far is I've taken a 3/8 inch drill bit and drilled holes in the bottom to add drainage. And now I'm about to take it outside and transplant one of my overwintered Fatalii pepper plants into it. Okay, so this is the Fatalii pepper plant that I'm gonna put in that massive pot. He's been overwintered from last year. He was planted February 2021. It is mid-April 2022, so he's over a year old now. I just pulled him out of his 1 gallon pot. I had his roots all trimmed down, him overwintered. He was in dormancy until recently and then started popping off. As you can see, he's got new shoots budding out. So I think he's really gonna appreciate this big pot. I'm about to go toss him in there. So I've got my Fatalii plant all potted up in this 18 gallon tub. What I did was I'd had some dirt delivered for my raised beds and I had a little bit of extra, so I just used that to pot them up. It's a raised bed mix from a local nursery. But all I'm gonna do to help him develop his leaves and give him a little kickstart is I've mixed up some kelp fertilizer. It's a nitrogen-rich fertilizer, and I've mixed it up in here. And I think it's just like 2 teaspoons per gallon. And I'm just gonna water him in really good with this. That nitrogen is just what he needs to redevelop his leaves after the winter. Okay, it's been a couple weeks since I watered this guy in with the kelp mixture. And as you can see, he is budding out, making new stems and new leaves. So, looking good so far. I'll keep you updated. Good rainy morning from the garden. I wanted to give you an update on my Fatalii plant that I'm growing in this 18 gallon tub. As you can see, he's got a lot more growth since our last video, which was 6 weeks ago. So this is 6 weeks of growth. And he's also been flowering and is now loaded down with Fatalii peppers. Some more around this side. And not only that, but our first one is starting to turn ripe down in here. So I'll let him get fully orange before I pick him. We've also got a twin pepper here, which is kind of cool. I have these happen occasionally where we get 2 peppers off of 1 blossom, but still cool to see and cool that this plant did it. You can see kind of the overwintered Y where that ends, and then back in the back as well. And then all of this is new growth, and most of it in that last 6 weeks since our last video. So I'll give an update probably when I harvest this guy in a couple weeks. Okay, it's been 12 days or about 2 weeks since our last video. You can see that the plant has grown some. It's got some new green pods, but a lot of these pods from the last video have actually gone orange, including our twin pepper pod over here. Excited to pick that one. And we've actually also started a new twin pepper back in there. So I've added a little bit of compost to this plant, maybe like 1 inch of compost, and then I did a tablespoon just of multi-purpose fertilizer granules as well, just to keep them going. But I'm about to pick this plant. All right, first harvest in the books. This is 22 or 23 peppers, depending on how you count this guy. Just came out pretty cool. And you can see there's still green peppers on the plant. The plant's still flowering as well, so excited to get many more. I'll send another update soon. Okay, it's been 3 weeks since my last video. As you can see, we've got ripe pods again, quite a few of them. And we've also got a lot more buds now, I think from that fertilizing last time. This thing's pretty covered in buds and flowers. The plant itself is actually about 3.5 feet tall. So pretty happy with that size. I'm gonna pick these pods and see how many we get now. Here's that second twin pepper from this plant. Pretty cool. I like the wrinkles. Okay, I got 34 more peppers in this harvest, so doing pretty good. Some of them did have some rot on them, so I think just to strengthen up those cell walls, I'm gonna add some of this fertilizer with calcium. So I got 1 tablespoon of that, but I'm just gonna shake around the plant. I'm gonna keep it away from the base of the stem, but just kind of shake it around and get it all in there. And then I'll just keep him watered a little more consistently than I was before. But there's a 3-week update since the last video, 34 more peppers and another fertilizing for this giant Fatalii plant. Okay, my last video was August 20th. It's September 25th, so a little more than a month. And you can see that we're bearing fruit again. This is the biggest haul yet. He's loaded down with peppers. So the only thing I've done between the last video and now is regular watering. The plant is up to almost 4 feet tall and about that around as well. He's really gotten wider like this way in the past month. So as you can see, just completely loaded with peppers. I'll give another update soon once I pick all of these. I can't wait to pick them all and count and see how many we got now. Add it to our total tally so far for summer 2022 growing this Fatalii plant. All right, it is October 17th, and as you can see, most of these Fataliis have ripened to this gorgeous orange color. Not all of them have quite ripened, but they're all coming off today because tonight will be our first hard freeze of the season. So I'm gonna pick all these and count them, and once I'm done, I'm gonna actually overwinter this plant, get them all set up for success on season 3 next year in 2023. I'm gonna make a separate video on that, so be sure to watch it, but here's just some shots of this plant and all the peppers on it before I pick it. All right, I just picked this whole plant. I'm sure I missed some, but not counting these 3 gross ones, I counted 173 Fatalii pods. And I don't know how many we've picked up to this point, but well over 100 just in this harvest. Like I said, they're not all orange. Some are green. I have a great fermented hot sauce recipe I make with the unripe green peppers, so check that out. But please comment and let me know what I should do with the rest of these peppers, because this is a lot of Fatalii peppers. Most of my sauces only use 6 or 8 of them. I'm thinking some ferments, maybe some dehydrating, who knows. Leave a comment with what you think I should do. But that's been it for this Fatalii plant. I will link in the video description the seeds I used to grow this plant. It's well over 4 feet tall now, over 4 feet wide, 2 years old, and you can see where it grew out from where I overwintered it last year, and I'm about to do that again as soon as I close this video out, because like I said, it's gonna frost for the first time tonight, real hard freeze. But thank you so much for watching. Maybe I'll show these on the counter in a second and give a total count for the whole season of this plant, because it's been pretty impressive.